So in this chapter, we'll talk about data. So why do you need a database? First thing, to organize the data correctly. What do you mean by organizing the data? You need to store the data in the correct format so that it would be easier to retrieve the data, add new data, delete the data, and do other things with the structure of the data. So it's all about data. Whenever we talk about the database, it's all about data. Why do we need the data? To do all these things. Now, whenever you talk about the data, it is a software. Whenever you talk about the database, it is a software which allows you to manipulate data correctly and easily. If there is no database, you need to do a lot of things on your own. You need to worry about the locking. What about multiple people are trying to work with the same piece of data? Consider that there is a text file and 10 people are writing to the text file. There would be a problem. Whose data is correct? How you are going to decide? You need to add all of these things in your code. So to avoid this, computer engineers came together and they decided that let's go with one software which does all these things, which help us to store the data in different form also, like text, number, images, MP3s, PDFs, whatever, in any form. So this is the main purpose of the database. Apart from that, security is there, concurrency is there, consistency is there, durability is there. So once information is stored, that needs to be secured or the encrypted, right? So if you don't use database and if you think that no, I'm going to create my own software to do all these things, you need to perform a lot of work on your software. So instead of that, instead you to take care of the data, database can correctly handle and manage all the aspects of the data. That's why we use the database. Remember that what is database we have discussed. It is all about data management. Then when you talk about database, there are different types of database available. Relational databases and no relational database, or you can say SQL and the non-SQL databases. Now what is SQL we will see. So when you talk about the relational, data is stored in one structure. Data is stored in one structure. And when you talk about non-relational, there is no specific structure to the data. Invoice, take example of invoice. Invoice would be having fixed fields like invoice number, client, amount, tax. So all the time data would be having these 4 fields only. But there are certain things like Google document. There is no specific structure. Or the mobile data. Mobile data is having no specific structure. So data, the database which stores the structured data is called as relational database or structured database. The database works with the non-structured data, unstructured data. It's called as unstructured database, and we are going to see both in this module. So before that, we need to understand types of data. How many types of data are available? There are primarily 2 types are there, structured and unstructured. And sometimes, remember that, structured and unstructured, and sometimes semi-structured. So I told you, what do you mean by structured? Structured data refers to the organized and well-defined data. You know the structure of the data beforehand. Unstructured, you don't know the structure of the data. Facebook post, unstructured. You don't know what things would be coming in the Facebook post. Then video, unstructured. PDF, unstructured. PDF data, unstructured. Invoice data, structured. Employee information, structured. Right? So structured data is highly organized and can easily be queried, analyzed, and processed by machines. Unstructured data. Remember that I told you what are types of unstructured data. So unstructured data possesses challenges for storage, retrieval, and analysis, as it requires the advanced techniques such as natural language processing, machine learning, and the text mining to extract the insights. If you want to show the chart on a unstructured data, and if you want to show the chart on the structured data, so this would little bit difficult and this would be easier. That's what the thing. Now semi-structured, it is worth mentioning that there is also semi-structured data which lies between structured and unstructured. Semi-structured data has organizational element but conform to the rigid schema. For example, the JSON files, XML data, document with the tags or the metadata. Semi-structured means it will look like structured, but the content of that structured data is not fixed, is not rigid. Sometimes, but primarily these two, structured and unstructured. I have written details in the document, you may go through it. So this is about the data. So first we have understood what is data. Now we will understand how data is going to be stored, how data is going to be managed in two ways, relational and the non-relational. We'll see this in this module. I hope you have understood this theory, and we will see few more things in the relational database. We will see few more things in the relational database, and we will try to understand functionalities of the relational databases. Thank you.